So, once again, good morning, everyone. And let me just begin with a quick question from all of you. That when was the last time you said yes when you meant no? And when was the last time you changed your plans, your preferences, or maybe even your personality just to keep someone happy? And when was the last time you looked in the mirror and didn't quite recognize the person staring back? Not because you've aged, but because somewhere along the way, you became what everyone else needed you to be. So if you nodded even once, this session is for you. Because today we are talking about something that sounds impossible, but is absolutely essential. Loving without losing yourself. And here's the truth we need to understand from the start. Love should feel like expansion, not erasure. See, real love doesn't ask you to become smaller. It doesn't require you to delete part of yourselves to make room for someone else. Because when love feels like you're constantly erasing yourself, editing your thoughts, dimming your light, that's not love. That's self abandonment, wearing the mask of devotion. And the saddest part, we are taught to call this sacrifice. We are to call this loyalty, but it's neither. It's actually disappearance. And let's be honest about what we have been taught, and especially as women in Indian culture. A good wife adjusts, a good daughter in law never complains, or a good mother puts everyone before herself. So we grew up watching our mothers wake up first, sleep last, eat what's left over, and we watch them laugh at jokes they don't find funny, or agree with opinions they don't share, or abandon dreams they once had, all in the name of love. And we learn love means disappearing. So, for all the women here, think about it. When you got married, how many of you stopped wearing certain clothes because your in laws preferred simple? How many stopped meeting certain friends because your husband felt uncomfortable? How many gave up hobbies, careers, even ways of speaking because it was easier to adjust or just adapt? So you told yourself it's compromise. But somewhere along the way, compromise became erasure. So let me give you the everyday signs, things we normalize but shouldn't. Sign one: you can't remember what you like anymore. Your husband asks, "What do you want for dinner?" And you genuinely don't know. Not because you are being polite, but because you have spent so long only considering what everyone else wants that your own preferences have vanished. Even when you go out for dinner, maybe you've stopped considering what you want to eat and asking the others to just place the order and you'll have whatever is being there. Sign two: you need permission to exist. You want to visit your parents for the weekend, but you are anxious about asking your in laws. You want to take a dance class, but you are worried your husband will feel neglected. Or you want to spend money you earned on something you want, but guilt immediately follows. You are an adult, but you are living like you need permission slips to have a life. And sign number three: you are exhausted from performing. Yes, you laugh louder at your father in law's jokes. You agree enthusiastically with your mother in law's opinions on how to raise your children, and you pretend you love family gatherings, but internally you're screaming for solitude. You're not living, you're performing, and performances are exhausting. And sign number four, you have become unrecognizable to your own self. Maybe your teenage daughter asks, Mom, what did you want to be when you were my age? And you realize you don't even remember that version of yourself anymore. She's buried under years of being what everyone else needed. Or let's say your college friend visits and says, You used to be so opinionated. What happened? And you feel a pang because you know exactly what happened. You learn that having opinions caused conflict. So you stopped having them. And here's the lie we are sold. If you maintain your identity, you are selfish. And if you have boundaries, you don't love enough. But here's the truth, losing yourself doesn't strengthen relationships, it weakens them. So when you erase yourself, you become resentful. You start keeping score. You think, I gave up everything for this family and no one even notices. That resentment poisons everything. And the person you're doing all this for, they don't even get the real you. They get a performance, a shell. They are in a relationship with someone who is trying so hard to be perfect that they forgot to be present. So, love grows when both people remain whole, not when one person shrinks so the other can expand. So, what does it actually look like to love deeply while staying yourself? It looks like boundaries. I love you, and I'm spending Sunday afternoon with my friends. I value our relationship, and I'm not changing my career plans. I respect your opinion, but I'm making a different choice. These aren't contradictions. You can hold both. It looks like honoring your own non negotiables. Maybe your non negotiable is I'll not tolerate being spoken to disrespectfully, even by family. Maybe it's I'll maintain my financial independence. Or maybe it's like I'll make time for my creative work, even if no one understands why it matters to me. And for anybody here who's managing joint families, it means saying, I'm happy to help with the cooking today, but Tuesdays are my yoga evenings. Let's plan meals around that. It means not apologizing for having a life outside of being a daughter in law. Or any younger woman dating. It means not abandoning your friends the moment you are in a relationship. It means keeping your hobbies, your goals, your Tuesday night book club because you existed before this relationship and you'll still exist within it. So it looks like choosing yourself without guilt. If we can love our family and take that solo trip, you can be devoted to your partner and need alone time too. You can be a wonderful mother and have an identity beyond motherhood. And these aren't betrayals, these are necessities. So here's what they don't tell you, you can love deeply and still choose yourself. In fact, you must. Because when you lose yourself, you have nothing left to give. You're running on empty, giving from a place of depletion. And that's not sustainable. But when you stay whole, When you maintain your identity, your passions, your boundaries, you bring your full self to the relationship. You love from overflow, not obligation. You give because you want to, not because you've forgotten you have a choice. And that creates healthier relationships because the people in your life get the real you, not a resentful, exhausted version who's pretending. So here's what I want you to do today. Take out a piece of paper or open your phone notes and just write down this one sentence. Three non negotiables you will honor in your relationships. Let me repeat that. Three, not one, not two, not four, just three non negotiables you'll honor in your relationships. These are things you will not compromise on, no matter how much pressure you face. They are the boundaries that protect your identity. For example, I'll not give up my career, even if family pressure increases. Or I'll not tolerate being yelled at, even by someone I love. Or I'll maintain my friendships outside this relationship. Or I'll take time for my mental health without justifying it. Just write three. Be specific, be honest, and then commit to honoring one today. Just one. Make one choice today that preserves your selfhood. Maybe it's saying no to something you don't want to do. Maybe it's scheduling time for something you love. Or maybe it's speaking up instead of staying silent. One choice, that's how change begins. So I leave you with this powerful truth. The greatest gift you can give the people you love is the fullest version of yourself, not the emptiest. So stop believing that love requires you to disappear. Stop waiting for permission to exist fully and stop shrinking so others can feel comfortable. You are allowed to take up space, you're allowed to have needs, you're allowed to be a whole person with boundaries, opinions, dreams, and non negotiables, and still be deeply loving. So, love yourself fiercely enough to stay yourself completely because the world doesn't need another woman who's forgotten who she is. It needs you whole, boundaried, unapologetic, alive. So choose yourself without guilt, without apology. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.